Hey guys, thanks for tuning in again. Sorry it's been a while from the videos, but let's get back on it. Okay, so in the last video, you saw me and my brother-in-law putting the gearbox all together here. You can see we spread it all up in the wrinkled black paint, which I think looks really nice with the blue. As I've said tons of times before, you probably get bored of me saying it. At the minute, what I need to do is get these input and output shafts tightened up to 125 pounds-feet. Been chatting through to the guys at Momentum Motorsport, and they basically suggested jamming the gears together with microfiber cloth. It's the softest thing on the gears itself. So put that in, turn it, and tighten them up. So let's try that. Okay, so actually worked really well. It jammed up the shafts. Got to do 125 pounds-feet on the input and the output. It's between 80 and 90 on the selector, so I've gone for 85. Just figured that's the best way between it. Obviously marked up all these, so they're all torqued up as well. So now I'm just going to get this O-ring into this machined out bit here, then get the top cap on. So we're going to do that next. Now it's important with this cap that we put the top hats in. So it's obviously two sides. One sits in there, one obviously sits in there. So make sure we get these all on the right shaft. Obviously pretty obvious which ones they go on, fortunately, as he puts them on the wrong one. And we'll get all that knocked into place. Okay, so now it's time to get the cover on. Now we've got all that all in place. Okay, so that top case is all on now. Just put standard bolts in there because obviously didn't have enough beauty washers for it, as the standard gearbox obviously doesn't have that top sort of cover plate on, so didn't have enough beauty washers from Downstar. So got it on the shopping list, something to order up and get, so it just finishes that all off. But looks pretty good so far. So next I guess is just to kind of finish off the rest of the engine. So as I said, guys, welcome back. So it's been a little while. So what have been up to the project? Well, got the engine in the back, sort of, as I said. It's just resting in the shell at the moment, but I'm gonna undo all that hard work of putting all that in, take all the engine back out. It's not really bolted in yet anyway, just sort of had a pop in there to see how much clearance I'd have on things. Gonna get the engine back out and try and get this bulkhead sorted out is the next job really. Still waiting for the fuel cell to come back from the fabricators. I'm going to chase them up tomorrow because I've just not heard anything from them. So yeah, bulkhead is really the next thing because I'm going to actually end up chopping the back half of the car off to put that on. So let's get this engine back out and start getting things cleared up, ready to start building that. Okay, don't tell the health and safety officer, but I've actually got the Mini right now sat on my bike ramp, which is got up just high up enough that I can actually slide the engine out through the wheel arch at the back, because I've currently got it sat on the bottom rails to the engine hoist itself. So get it all slipped out now, and then I can lower the car back down, probably put it onto the pallet here, and then I can move it around the garage a bit easier, and then we can start marking out for this new bulkhead. Right, so the car is now down on the pallet for me to be able to wheel it around. Also, don't recommend trying it on your own at home. Also had axle stands on the front to make sure, worst case scenario, if anything gave way, it was all going to be held up and not crush me. But yeah, there we are, so it's on there. So I'm going to get the garage tidied up now, and then we can start marking things up before we start taking it all apart again for the next bit. Okay, so I've got the front end back over and the bike ramp all back where it needs to be. Engine is off the hoist and it's down this block here, and this is a very neat little trick that I've been taught. Put it on a board, some rollers or anything round, someone's using jacks, and literally with one hand I can push and slide the engine along, and it will bang off the end of here. So I'm going to make sure I support it with two hands, so when this pole comes out from underneath it, I can support that with the end of that. And pop this back at this end here, and then keep wheeling it along here. That's it. Now the engine is all wheeled out of the way. Simple as that. Okay, so it may not have seemed it, but I've had quite a productive night really. Nothing actually done on the car, unfortunately, but progress made. It's now sat on the pallet, which makes it nice and easy for me to wheel it all around the garage now and get it moved around, which is great because it's starting to get heavier now. It's all being put together. Managed to tidy away all the front end and the seats back up on the bike ramp. Got the engine all off the hoist, so that is all now separated, and the gearbox is all there ready for it all to go together. So hopefully soon enough these two bits here will be put together. I'm just waiting on Takeaway to send me some flywheel bolts and we can get all that put together. So yeah, that's sort of a side project at the minute, getting that engine put together. The next thing really for me is to get this bulkhead done and cut the back end of the car off, which sounds very drastic, but I'm hoping it will make things a lot easier. So thanks for tuning in, guys. As I said, it's only really a quick little episode tonight, but as I said, hopefully the project will start to kickstart again now. We'll get this bulkhead done and yeah, just keep the project rolling now really. Obviously coming to the winter months, so hopefully I can get out there a bit more often in the darker evenings and things. And yeah, let's get this done, shall we? Nothing else really to say at the minute, to be fair, on the project. Got nothing really outstanding that I'm waiting to come in on. It's just me putting my finger out and getting out here and doing bits really. So thanks for all the good comments that I've had. Also managed to sell a few bits if you were interested in some of the parts I had for sale. Unfortunately most of those are now being bought, but if you've enjoyed so far what we've been up to and want to be kept up to date with what's happening with the project, please like and subscribe to my channel. Obviously you can follow me on Facebook and on Instagram, just search K20 Charged Mini, and yeah, just let me know what you guys think and any comments you got. Anyway, cheers guys, catch you later.